Welcome to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. I am Albus Dumbledore, your headmaster.
Tell me something, what does Harry Potter has anything to do with what's happening with the transgender that is now getting banned from the Olympics? No, generally folks, perhaps you guys can educate me. I don't get it, because Variety says this was a, you know what, I'll show you. Variety says, J.K. Rowling says, I'm so happy with HBO Harry Potter series after celebrating the Olympics banning trans women from female events. What does that have anything to do with Harry Potter? This is just like in my other video that I talk about eugenics. I ask people, what does eugenics has anything to do with Palestine? No, seriously. For Ethan Klein, well, that's a different thing. But the real question is, what does eugenics have anything to do with Palestine? And what does Harry Potter has anything to do with trans women in women's sport? I'm confused. Perhaps you guys can educate me. Here, let's showcase this. This is what she said. It's going to be incredible. I'm so happy for it. Short and positive, okay? And this is what Variety says. J.K. Rowling says, I'm so happy with HBO Harry Potter series right after celebrating the Olympics banning trans women from female events. The framing is unmistakable. Instead of focusing on Rowling's positive response to the Harry Potter trailer, as many readers anticipate, the trade seized the moment to insert political commentary. Which I have to ask all of you a question, who still trusts journalists these days, like Variety or Hollywood Reporter? No, generally, to all my American viewers, who still trusts journalists like Variety, Hollywood Reporter, New York Times, or the Washington Post? Who still trusts them? Now the article opens up not because of a discussion of the trailer, but a news item. Earlier that day, the IOC had determined it will not allow men who identify as women to compete in women's event. On her X account, Rowling called the decision a welcome return to the fair sport for women and girls. While criticizing the committee for acting too late, her comments reflect a position she has voiced for nearly a decade. Yet Variety devotes almost entire of the article to recount Rowling's history of defending women's-only spaces. It is not until the final paragraph of Harry Potter trailer is even mentioned, framed as quick praise following IOC ruling. Whether J.K. Rowling intended to shift the conversation is open to debate. Variety phrasing clearly aims to shape the reader's perception. The internet isn't having it. Many users were quick to call out Variety for attempting to link two seemingly unrelated events. A common refrain in the replies on X, posts echoed the same question. What does opposing men competing in women's sports have anything to do with Harry Potter? Others argued that the upcoming TV shows will ultimately succeed or fail in its own merits, regardless how the trade choose to frame the story. True. And we all know Variety did celebrate the death of Chuck Norris. Yes, they did. I'm not joking. I mean, seriously. Now the real story. The release of Harry Potter was always bound with controversy, okay? Many would prefer the conversation to center around the show's look and tone, which, don't forget, some people are now making videos, the show's tune. Can you blame them? People who made that, they have been Harry Potter fans for maybe over a decade, or maybe more. Rowling's involvement has made it difficult to avoid a broader debates. Even so, the latest effort by Variety to push the social news of J.K. Rowling to the forefront feels conspicuously deliberate. At the core of it, however, the story remains simple. J.K. Rowling is pleased with how the series is shaping up, regardless how Variety choose to frame it.
Which reminds me, the third floor corridor is out of bounds to everyone who does not wish to suffer a most painful death.
What does the IOC banning men dressed as women to compete in women's sport have anything to do with Harry Potter? Just like in my eugenics video, I said, or in this case I asked, what does eugenics have anything to do with Palestine? I understand you want to support Palestine and most importantly you want to boycott Israel, which understandable, people have a right to do so, okay? But this is entertainment, okay? Here's the key word, escapism. Do you know what escapism means? TV shows, movies, and video games, they are designed for one specific reason, escapism. Why do you think many people still love Chuck Norris? Or better yet, why many people still love Capcom games like Resident Evil? They want escapism. And the moment you take that away, mostly in video games, we gamers, we will fight tooth and nail to make sure our hobby and our escapism doesn't become polluted or taken over by political idiots or whoever it is wants to control it. These are just movies, TV shows, and video games, okay? Yes, some movies, TV shows, and video games have politics in it, but they are not reflecting what's happening in the real world, okay? They're avoiding it. For Harry Potter TV shows, whether the show succeed or not, it all depends on its own merit, okay? My main issue, okay? It's not because of J.K. Rowlings, okay? It's the source material, okay? I too is writing on my own book, okay? I'm trying to write one book that I know could be a good book. And it's taking me time because, well, it's sci-fi, fiction, making sure it's not reflected of the real world. And the only way I do it is by making the title, okay? Because I know the title is going to be the key to any books. So again, folks, when it comes to this TV shows, it all depends on its merits, okay? Whether it succeeds or failed entirely depends on the merit of the TV show itself, okay? Again, there are many other things that need to be criticized. Like, for example, disrespecting the source material. How many movies and TV shows have disrespected the source material, either a book or a comic book or even better yet, a video game?
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw?
Hufflepuff.
Okay.
Slytherin.
How much do I get?
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor!
Gryffindor are in the lead on house points. Will Slytherin hold the House Cup for a 7th consecutive year?